how is local going to work down into education in maybe primary schools and areas like that, in terms of promoting people, let's say, making animations, and also getting kids to take part in the Olympics from a physical point of view, but also from a creative point of view?
The quickest thing to say is we have this Get Set programme, which is up and live now. I think it's getset.london2012.com, which is a sort of fully fledged website aimed at primarily at teachers to promote the games through a program, an education program within the country, and it works at all age groups. So, and that's our kind of primary platform, but we want to use that to do more things. You know, there's obviously lots of child protection issues that we have to think of in order to create appropriate content. But we do want to reach those age groups through other programs, but I think the education program is going to be our primary platform. Again, when we talk about tendering, there are thresholds here. I mean, effectively, for anything under £20,000, which can be some interesting pieces of work, we don't necessarily go through the whole tender process. You know, we have sort of discretionary limits there. So, you know, we also like to kind of try before we buy a bit. So we quite like to work with agencies to do small things to see if we can get on, and then move forward from there. So again, you know, there's other ways of creating opportunity and creating a bridgehead.
In terms of what we do in the participation side, encouraging kids to get involved in sport, we have something called the BBC Sport Academy, which is a major component of our website, and that's all about using the internet to engage with kids, to explain about how they can get involved in sport. We have video masterclasses from top sports people. We are, over the next 4 years, the focus of that Sport Academy is going to be around the Olympic sports. So how can we encourage people to take kids, but also adults as well, to take up badminton, rowing, cycling, whatever it might be. That's a key part of what we do in BBC Sport. But the other point, and I didn't emphasise this enough in my presentation, is that when it comes to the Olympics, this will basically touch every genre of the BBC, whether it's BBC News, our nations and regions services, comedy, drama, everybody will be involved in some way or another. One of the main areas of the BBC that is really excited about the games is BBC Children's. So all the BBC programmes, whether it's Blue Peter, Newsround, programmes like that, are all champing at the bit to get involved in the Olympics, and I would say that some of the opportunities to work with the BBC will definitely be in areas like children's.
You've talked a lot about tenders coming down from the top and keeping your eyes for work, you know, for tenders that are published. What would be your advice if you feel that you've got some innovation to bring yourself in terms of content creation and delivery of content, in terms of, you know, how to get to the right people? Because obviously you've said the compete for list organisations, but it's getting to the right person, you know, to give them your innovative ideas and stuff.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, we do have what we call a marketing ideas panel, so we collect, you know, ideas that people send us and sort of distribute them around the organisation. But and we're trying to work on more formal ways of integrating new thinking. But it's always interesting to us. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, my email address is on the presentation. Not sure if that'll be sent round, but I can certainly communicate it. If you want to send me a 200-word email brief of something, we'll have a look at it.
Yeah, and the same applies here. I mean, if you've got ideas and you know, really strong content ideas that you think that the BBC would be excited about, please feel free to contact me directly. If it's not a sport-related thing, I can put you in touch with the right areas. Equally, if you go to the BBC website, there are hopefully avenues to discover how to pitch things to different genre areas. So please do try that.
Before we finish, would you join me in giving a big hand to our speakers who've obviously come down here to London?
I'm head of new media for London 2012. And I deliver all the internet-enabled projects we have across the whole of the London 2012 business, which includes many different areas of activity in the London Organising Committee of the Olympic Games, such as our culture programme, education programme, sustainability, as well as our core website. results services, and work we're doing with commercial partners, and also across the Olympic Delivery Authority, which is the guys who are building the set to stage the games.
And if a digital media company wanted to engage with you, had a good idea or wanted to find out how to get work via you, what's the best method of doing that?
Well, the key process is to log on to Compete For, which is our tendering site, and also if you simply have an idea which isn't answering a current brief, just to send me a 200-word brief on what you think you can do for us or with us, and we'll have a quick look at it. But we do offer, if you go to london2012.com/business, you'll see Compete For there, you'll see an email alert which makes you aware of opportunities that are coming up, both with us and across the whole supply chain. So we're looking at something like 20,000 opportunities over the next 3.5 years, many of which are new media opportunities, and that's the best way to keep abreast.
And what opportunities do you think there are generated by the London Olympics outside of LOCOG? Where else do you think there might be opportunities for digital media companies?
I think there's significant opportunity at the BBC, our broadcast partner. There's significant opportunities across our 80 or so, by games time we think we'll have 80 or so partners and suppliers, all putting in up to 40-50 million pounds into their sponsorship program, and probably spending that again in marketing, and those names are all made explicit on our website. As more and more come on, we have 10 to 15 now, and they're all household names, so you can approach those guys because they're often amenable to digital ideas, and in our supply chain as well, more generally, and there may be many things you can do which will lead to long-term business opportunities with those companies or in London generally.
And does the Cultural Olympiad offer opportunities, do you think?
It does. The Cultural Olympiad has, I think it's the 10 or 12 key programmes, and most of them are actually not funded directly by us. They're funded by partners such as the Arts Council and the BBC and others. And again, visit our site to look at what the programmes currently are. There are 6 live at the moment. But interesting things like I think the Arts Council is sponsoring Artists Take the Lead, which is a half a dozen or a dozen £500,000 commissions around the country for artists, which is a direct opportunity for a company to pitch against those or to support those pitches. Many similar opportunities are coming up thick and fast. So there's some pretty interesting things as well as some pretty straight vanilla business opportunities too.